Hi, I'm Joe Green, con chair for In Conjunction 37, and this is Gaming with Scott.
Well, you nerds.
Wow. Okay. Good
D
evening,
is
ladies.
for
Daredevil. Oh, see. All right. No, we're going to start this back over. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gaming with Scott. We are here at In Conjunction 2017.
In Conjunction 2017, baby. Let's
It is
go.
a phenomenal thing. I'm here with Rico.
Yo.
I'm here with John Kennedy.
Hello.
I had to point. I'm here with JC.
What? Hello.
Oh, you're doing that thing again that we all don't like that you do. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's the first time I've done this.
I know. That's why it was funny.
That's the joke.
And we're here with special guest from the Five-ish Fangirls. Five-ish. I said that right. The Five-ish. We are here with the Five-ish Fangirls. Rachel.
Hello.
Say hi.
Oh my God.
Recurring special guest,
So
Rachel.
you started. So we were leveling up. Okay?
Yes.
And so we started. Our topic conversation today is going to be Wonder Woman, best DC movie ever, or top 3, 5, or best ever. I contend it is the best ever, but we'll get to that in a second.
Man, that's a tall order.
Because while we were leveling up, Rachel started to do. I was like, "Do your ABC so that we can get your mic level." She's like, "A, B, C, D," and I'm like, "There's more of them. Keep." And then someone said, "Marvel it up," because A is for adamantium. And B is for, and that's when the fighting started. And it was beautiful. Because everybody sort of went, adamantium, yeah, I kind of like that. I mean, nobody went, oh, Ant-Man. Nobody. But adamantium, everybody was sort of like, yeah, that's cool. All right, I like that. And then B is for
Batman.
Batman's not
not Marvel. When you said Marvel,
That's the joke.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. Why is B for Batman? Because I'm Batman.
Yeah.
What is B actually for, Rachel?
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Yeah. Sorry.
Black Widow?
You said Rachel.
Black
I'm
Widow.
Rico.
Black Bolt.
Or what's Scarlett Johansson's character's name?
Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Oh,
We already said that.
Not that one. Or
We got that one in there.
I wanted to just say Scarlett Johansson.
Well, yeah.
Like I said, by the way,
She's my
quick
woman crush.
Right. Side note: I like Scarlett Johansson a lot. I think she's wonderful, but I really want to make her as mad as humanly possible, so that she charges at me and does that leap up, scissors around my
the
head,
legs around the neck, and then
just
yeah.
that's how I want to die.
Yeah.
In professional
Don't
wrestling,
we all?
that's a Hurricane Rana.
That's a Hurricane Rana, yeah.
That's a Hurricane Rana in professional wrestling.
Okay, well then I want her to Hurricane
Hurricane Rana.
I want her to do that to me.
Hurricane Runner.
Just
I would be okay with that.
right. Yeah, that would be a good way to go. Is what I'm saying. So we made it to B. C is for Catwoman.
Are we?
Is for Catwoman.
Are we
No.
legit going to do the entire alphabet, or are we going to talk
We are
about
now.
how Wonder Woman is the
We are
greatest
now.
DC movie ever?
We are now.
Captain America.
Captain America, Daredevil.
Crossbones. D-Man.
Oh, yeah. D is for Deadpool.
Or Deadpool.
Deadpool.
But
yeah.
that's a Sony rights thing. Isn't
It's still Marvel.
It's still a Marvel
Stan
character.
Lee still had a cameo. It still counts.
I thought
He
Deadpool
did.
was Fox. I don't know.
You're right.
I didn't keep up on it.
yeah, it's
You're
Fox.
right. Okay, E.
Because he's with the X-Men.
Are we legit doing the
Exterminator.
entire alphabet?
Oh, you
I
came up
don't,
with an
I don't,
E.
I don't
Really
think
good.
we should do the
I think we're done
alphabet.
now. I think we're done. I think we got to E and everybody went.
But I wanted to get all the
crap.
way to the W so I could go, Wakanda!
Wakanda. Because I wanted to go Wonder Woman. I wanted to get all the way to W as the segue.
Wonder
into
Woman is still not Marvel.
I know that's the.
I wanted to
he
do
keeps
it-
saying that's the joke. I'm not allowed to say that's the
He said,
joke.
he said that's a joke like once.
Well, like P is for Professor X.
C is for Charles Xavier.
Okay.
X is for Xavier. That's where I was
Xavier.
going with that.
F is for Falcon.
See, I told you. I stopped. You said
You guys
we're
are a
gonna do this whole
disaster.
thing.
G is for Geoforce.
I can't do this anymore. I quit. I'm just
and
kidding.
no one
this
caught
podcast?
those. No one caught those at DC.
No, just this
character.
Yeah,
conversation.
right? Did you say
Just this
Helix? Did you
conversation.
say Helix?
No, Geoforce.
Oh yeah, I thought you said Geo Dude. Are we talking Pokemon now?
Yeah, really.
I think we're off of the alphabet at this point.
Dude.
Wonder Woman, best DC movie.
In a long time.
That was the original assertion, and I challenged that assertion and said, "No, it is the best DC movie ever." They've really been in a slump. I mean, it's been really
Yeah.
bad.
Now,
Yeah.
what are our parameters for like anything that uses a DC property?
Sure.
So that was the immediate. They went better than all of the Batmans. Like
The Christopher Nolan Batman.
any of the Batmans.
Well,
Already
really.
the
the Michael Keaton Batman
Well,
was.
I mean,
Well,
Good.
Of which
Was
they
really
made
good.
two.
how about the '60s Batman movie?
I
Bat shark
like
repellent?
I like that
Hello?
movie.
Yeah.
I don't care. I like it.
There was a Bat sub. I'm all about that. I like the 60s.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
And once again, Lee Meriwether, if she wanted to do the Hakuna Matata hurricane on me, too, that would work.
Also, the old school Batman movie also has like a really dirty scene in it. Which,
Oh, yeah.
with
It's naughty.
Catwoman is seducing Bruce Wayne, and you have no idea what her hands are doing at the time,
Right?
And well, we know one hand's on that Morse code device, but
Yeah, right?
yeah.
I'm
Just
All right,
watch the
we
scene over
should-
again.
So what?
If
Wonder
we're
Woman.
if we're gonna say movies, we should probably stick to movies and not include TVs, series, and stuff like that. Because Wonder Woman had a TV show too.
It did.
So Linda Carter was in this Wonder Woman movie. Yes?
No,
No, I don't remember seeing her. Where was she?
That's the correct answer.
no.
No.
I
was
kept
like,
expecting her to
so
pop
did
up.
I was like, come on.
And she never did.
That's a shame.
I was
Yep.
saddened by that just a little bit because I scoured the credits and I was like,
Yeah.
What show did that air on initially? What network?
I don't know the original network for Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I don't know what was it.
Because I don't know either. But she
Oh, okay.
might not have been in the movie because they might have. Well, I guess for a
Competing
cameo,
network
it doesn't matter. I guess, but
Right.
they don't own her.
She
Just the
plays the
character.
president of the United States on the Supergirl, and that's
Yeah.
on the CW, which I
Right.
know the CW did not exist
Right.
back in the
that
day.
should just
so-
be the DC show channel because that's all they air.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Flash and Supergirl,
Arrow.
Green Arrow.
Yeah. So just name that the DC
So
DC
the,
channel.
So the assertion was made. You see the black screen come up on the other movie, the Lego Batman movie, which I thought was pretty funny. They're like, yeah, all the cool movies start with a black screen.
Dang it. I forgot about the Lego Batman movie as best DC movie.
Right? He goes,
Shoot.
That's in my top 5.
and then really cool logos. DC, the house that Batman built. Suck it, Superman. It was, come at me, bro. And it was super. It was phenomenal how well that was done. So the assertion was made, is Wonder Woman better than all the Batman movies? And then specifically, the call out was, is Batman better, or was Wonder Woman better than the Joker? And I imagine you're referring to the Heath Ledger Joker.
I mean, that's my personal favorite, but
It's very good.
It was really
You could have
good.
been going with the Cesar Romero. I mean,
and
he
I'm not
was
saying
amazing.
I'm not saying the movie wasn't amazing. I'm not saying it's definitely easy in my top 5 and potentially in my top 3.
Sure.
But number 1, that's
Because well, the one thing is that Wonder Woman is so new, and some of these other movies are so old. And the reason I bring that up is, like the Michael Keaton Batman. I saw that in theaters 6 times when I was a kid.
Yes. Wow.
And I remember when it came out of VHS, and my mom had us do a picnic in the living room, and we all watched it again. And to this day, it's my favorite Batman movie. But when you look at it like from a cinematographer's angle, there's a lot of flaws. It's not a perfect movie. I mean, really,
No.
after a while, not all of them are perfect.
Well,
movies,
that's Tim
but
Burton for you.
Yeah.
I agree.
Really?
Well, no, it's a good movie.
I mean,
It's just-
He's got a
Tim
distinct
Burton's
look.
twist. I liked his. Well, okay, all right, and I liked Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Oh, yeah.
And he did a
He-
good job as the Joker, but
he
he
was
did a good
phenomenal.
job as Jack Nicholson Joker.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed. I think he made it his own, and that was until Heath Ledger came along. And by the way, I was highly skeptical because I like Jack Nicholson's take on the Joker. I think Jack Nicholson as the Joker is a really good thing. That's phenomenal. And then Heath Ledger came along and blew it out of the water.
Well, each Joker that's been in movies has been a different aspect of the psyche that is Joker. The Jack Nicholson
Yeah.
Joker is decidedly a different Joker from the Heath Ledger Joker, who is a different Joker from the Jared Leto Joker, who is a different Joker from the TV Joker. There are
Mark Hamill
psycho
Joker.
Jokers, there are
Yeah.
gangster
yeah,
Jokers.
Mark
there are
Hamill's
criminal
Joker.
Suicide Squad.
mastermind
We got to see
Jokers.
Gangster Joker, I think, in a
Oh,
much
yeah.
much better light.
Yeah.
You know.
So, I mean, you can't. None of the Jokers I think will ever be comparable to any of the other Jokers because they're all different aspects of the Joker, and that's my take on
But
that.
you compare them. You're forced to.
I mean, I don't.
Oh, well, Rico, you set the gold standard by which the rest of us need to live our lives. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, this is okay.
Wonder Woman, best movie,
Best DC movie ever?
Next to the 60s Batman, it's the most colorful DC
Yeah.
movie.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I noticed that, too. I noticed
I
that.
walked out of that, I'm like, there's colors other than gray and black.
I noticed that too. Where it was sort of like, wow, even the battlefield was bright.
Yeah.
Which
And it was a World War II movie.
Yeah.
Those tend to get gray washed into that well, it was dreary and gray and everything was gray and all gray.
And even her outfit, even with the red and the blue, it's colorful, but it still fit in that World War
Yes.
II.
Absolutely.
In the trenches going across the battlefield. She wasn't like a Pokemon in the middle of World War II or something.
That scene crossing
No Man's
No
Land.
Man's Land. Yeah.
See, there's an interesting thing about that scene, though, that isn't really getting talked about. And it's... So, basically, that scene is happening in the context of pragmatic logic versus principle logic, right? So, the normal thing is that, no, our task is to go do this, because if we do this, we save more lives on net, right? Versus intervening here, which is, yes,
We
our
have to
principles
save the
dictate
town.
we should, right? That we should, and so it's kind of like the guys all they do guy logic, right? Like, no, that doesn't rationally, and she goes, no, this is who we are, and she just goes and does it, and I think that scene is fantastic. It gave me goose. I just thinking about it, I get goosebumps.
Is it too? I mean, is it still too new that we can't talk about spoilers?
Oh, I don't know.
if we're going to talk about the Wonder Woman movie, and that's not really a spoiler, but I think we have to talk about spoilers.
Well, there are
'cause
some certain scenes that are spoiler worthy. I think, like when she gets to the town and she does that thing with her fist,
Right.
that big heavy
Right.
tank
Right. I
that
get
she
you.
just punches through and
And
flips.
the thing I liked about that was you saw her get angry.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the
Yes.
stoic Christopher Reeve Superman of, I punch you and you go flying. It was more of a, you just hurt me? Did you just kill that man? Oh, no.
Oh, I've
Because you
had
see the
enough
guy,
of this.
you see the guy drop from the machine gun fire, and she was just like, "No, you're destroyed. I've already decided it. We're now a time traveler movie. We're going to go forward in time to when you are destroyed," which coincidentally was 2 seconds.
Yeah, which is going to be 2 seconds from now. It's amazing.
What would you give? What would you give seriously to have in today's world and climate the lasso of truth in your hands?
Look, I'm telling the truth. We're going to the front. We are going to die. This is a horrible idea.
I'd be like Mitch McConnell. I hate poor people. Yeah, you do.
To adhere to not making it political, I'm going to drag it back over
Oh,
here.
come on.
And I'm going to ask the question, so did the people who did the giant lasso thing, do you think any of them watched Doctor Strange? Because in the middle of some of the lasso fights, I was like, didn't we just see this with Benedict Cumberbatch?
That's,
it was, but it's the same type of dynamic. I really liked how the two, they were similar yet different, but I like the techniques.
That's based off of actual Chinese martial art. Asian martial art, which uses scarves. Where you grab the arm, you bind them up, you pull them in, and you punch them. It's all a bunch of raking moves and throws. I can't remember its name for the life of me.
Well, now
but-
we know something new.
The more you know.
They actually also teach that, I think this is where JC would know more than me, also in Krav Maga for how to use improvised weapons, because I remember in a course I took about using your belt. So
Nice.
I haven't encountered that, but it would not surprise me out of Krav Maga in the slightest.
Very nice. So it was the lasso of truth. Yeah, we'd really liked it, and we'd probably head to Washington. I mean, that's the first place I'd go, and I'd be like, "Hey, I want some answers." Well, I don't think that we can. Yes, you can come in and ask questions. Damn it! Oh, we're all doomed. Did you ever really want? Did you even want this job? Well,
And
good job. We got the best jobs. I love this job.
Problem
I
is,
wanted this. No, I didn't want this job. I really wish they'd let me go home. That's what we'd hear.
except that it's 2:45 on a Friday, so Washington's probably not where you want to go. You probably have to head south,
Florida.
Florida.
Oh, that's just a horrifying thought.
Why? Because it's warm down there.
No, because
it's Florida.
it's a work day, and he probably showed up, took some photographs, and was like, "See ya, gotta go."
Well, the president of South Korea was visiting, but yeah, soon as he leaves,
I'd have been
okay,
deuces, I'm out.
off we go.
I'd probably cut out before he get left. He'll be here all night. He's just going to drink a lot of booze, and then we're going to leave.
When it comes to the script
So what makes
in
this?
Wonder Woman,
So should we talk about
versus-
that one scene in the pool?
I want to talk about
Loved that scene.
why
I like that scene.
Wonder
Fantastic.
Woman is
That's
the best DC movie ever.
Yes.
The reasons why. The script writing, first
Chris
of all.
Pine with no clothing on.
I mean,
That was a pretty
Yes.
good scene.
that was also okay.
no,
I'm with you on that
I'm
one,
here with you.
Rachel.
That was a pretty good scene. So
But I think the script from Wonder Woman, I think, was a whole lot better than the entire Dark Knight trilogy.
ooh,
All of it.
The entire,
Better.
the entire,
The entire
though?
Dark Knight
Especially when
trilogy.
when it ended.
The entire Dark Knight trilogy.
no.
No, and it's okay to say because he became a better scriptwriter for Wonder Woman than he did for The Dark Knight.
I think it put, especially the whole Bane thing. I think the writing for that he was learning, and I think he learned and progressed into Wonder Woman.
I think the writing for the Bane thing was phenomenal. I think people just got uncomfortable with what he had to say.
I disagree with you
But
completely.
of course.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Let me do that in the Bane voice.
Podcasting has defeated you.
Exactly.
You just bought a microphone. I was born with one.
So yeah, I think the script was better than a lot of the
Didn't see a sound mixer by the time I was already
or
in
if
there.
not all of the DC movies, which is another reason why Wonder Woman is the greatest DC movie ever put out.
Okay.
The script writing was nice.
It was. Although the villain reveal at the end, I totally called that. I saw that coming.
that
Like,
got spoiled.
you're doing a bait and switch, aren't you? You're going to make us think it's that guy, and it's actually that
That's
guy.
really
Like,
that guy.
yeah,
I knew
I
it was-
saw that coming.
I knew it was a bait and switch, but I did not exactly predict that it was going to be that guy until I went to go and use the restroom. And when I was walking back, there was another theater with an open door, and I heard the guy's voice doing the speech at the end. And I'm like, no, no, I was not. I did not have the spoiler ruined for me 20 minutes before it happened.
You know what would solve that? Breakfast in a Movie on Sundays with JC and Rico.
Yeah.
Truth.
Yeah.
The tagline for the movie that kept coming up over and over again. I'm trying to remember the phrasing of it now. It's something about it's not about blah. It's about what I believe. It came up. What was that line? Fresh my memory.
Can't
No,
remember.
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
This is like
'cause-
what? It's not about what they deserve. It's about or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like
Anyway.
that, when he was trying to tell her, he's like, "These people don't deserve, your protection or whatever." And she's like, "It's not that they don't deserve it. It's,
that I bel-
essentially, it's she believes it's the right thing to do, and that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
she was doing it."
Which I thought is like one of the more noble things to concentrate on, and I'm actually glad we're seeing that return to superhero movies. Because don't get me wrong, I don't want Captain Boy Scout. I don't like that movie would be great for like a one-off thing, but I do like the fact that now we're starting to see maybe edging away a little bit from like the grimdark and maybe
Yeah.
and not exactly like going away from it, but also just fusing it, where you can be like, yes, here are our ideals, but here is also it's World War I.
Right.
And I thought that the destruction of Veld really pointed out the futility of World War One.
Oh yeah.
Because after the race to the sea, we then had 3.5 years of trenches and bombings, and each side making bigger and badder weapons to kill each other. And then by the time that they actually managed to destroy the trenches with the stormtrooper tactics, the war was over.
Well,
And
and we see that when Steve says, "Hey, they've been here forever and they haven't made an inch."
Yeah, that happened a lot.
That futility, and it did happen a lot. And it was one of the. It really made you sit back and go, "Okay, well, how long are you going to fight these?" Like when there's the notions that in No Man's Land there's this story, and I don't know if it's apocryphal or not, about how on Christmas both sides put down their weapons, they wandered out into No Man's Land, ate dinner together.
the Christmas truce was
Yeah.
a real thing.
Yeah. And it made you sit back and go, okay, so if these people have been here long enough to recognize this, understand it, and come out and go, hey, this is kind of dumb. Okay, well, we'll see you tomorrow. Like, what is the futility? That is the embodiment of futility.
Well, at the beginning of the war, everyone thought that would be like all previous European wars,
Yeah.
which was we'd meet on the battlefield, we'd charge at each other, we'd fisticuffs essentially, and then people
Slap
would
fight.
die. But then it would be like, hey, I went home, I took a bullet to my shoulder, now I'm a war hero, I'm going to run for parliament. Instead, what happened was you had
Industrial death.
industrial death on a massive scale.
yeah.
It's also where a lot of people don't realize this is where we get the tank, the fighter aircraft, and
First
the
tanks,
U-boat from.
1916.
Thanks, Churchill.
It was the first time we had seen actual machine guns used against advancing infantry, and that is something we were not psychologically prepared for.
No.
No, because Battle of the Somme, 1.5 million dead in 3 days.
Yeah.
We can't even. Can you really even wrap your mind around that? And to have that kind of death happening in waves and be in one of the rear waves watching it and having to go forward.
Oh, and
I
the
can't
notion,
even-
the notion of form your company Harch, and you're just like, forward Harch. Do. Whoa. No. Like
It was 35 men dead every second for the entirety of the battle.
That's efficiency.
wow. That's I drive a
We don't even have that stomach for that
Now,
now.
Yeah.
We can barely. We get like 20 casualties. We're going. Maybe we should pull out.
maybe there
Yeah.
shouldn't be
I
a troops on the ground kind of thing. Can't we do this remotely?
That's why we got drones, man. Thanks, Obama.
Oh wow! But no, but so with that no man's land scene, they have the conversation about how people like they've been here this entire time, they haven't made an inch, and she's like, but this goes back to the conversation about we could be expedient and go over here and tactically lose more lives, but quote unquote. Forward the cause of ending the war. And she's like, no, I'm sorry. This village must be saved. This is our duty. And then charges across the and she's in the middle under fire. And the thought jumped into my head. That's what a superhero does. That was the defining moment of the movie for me. And it was amazing.
And
That's another reason why it was the best superhero DC movie, because it really made it apparent these are the things that a superhero would and should do that you didn't get to see from other DC movies.
Well, at one point, as she's running across the battlefield, before she'd been blocking all the bullets with her bracers.
Yeah.
But it was during that scene when she actually takes a shot to the shoulder from that sniper. And then she realized, wait, I'm invulnerable? I can't get hurt? Mm-hmm. And that's when she dials it forward to just 1,000%.
Oh, yeah.
And immediately it's like, oh, well, now that I know I'm on God mode, boom.
Here we go.
And that just even made her even braver.
Yeah. The level of escalation was sweet.
Yeah.
And chills. I mean, so let's talk about best ever. Can we agree?
We are. It's Wonder Woman. We're talking about it right now.
Can we agree we can take Superman off the table?
Why?
Well,
He needs to be on there.
Well, because Superman's Christopher Reeve is sentimental and heartfelt.
Yeah, but no, they've made like 3 other Superman movies since then that are all in the new established universe.
Yeah, and they suck. Which
is why Wonder Woman was the best DC
right,
movie
right.
ever.
Well, no, we're putting who the contenders are going to be. I'm taking Superman out of the discussion. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Or are you going to go, well, the last Batman versus Superman movie was a great movie?
No.
I mean, are we all going to... Can we leave? Is Superman in the fight for the best DC movie
no,
ever?
No, I would say no.
I'd
Okay.
say yes. It's
Which
in the
one?
DC cinematic universe.
Well, yeah. But I'm saying, is
No,
that
he's
our-
saying as we go to whittle it down, he's saying, can we agree that we can?
Oh, that it's already better than Superman?
That
Okay,
is
hands
not
down.
top
Yeah,
ten.
we can
That
discard
Superman's got
Superman
nothing's gonna
entirely.
touch
Yeah, we
this.
can discard Superman entirely.
Man of Steel was good for the sci-fi elements, and no, I'm saying I'm pointing out pro qualities first.
Okay.
It was good in that you got to see, we got to see Krypton, which the other movies,
Which is neat. Yeah,
due
that
to-
was cool.
Due to budgetary constraints, they couldn't really cover. So we got to see Zod, we got to see Phantom Zone, we got to see all this really cool stuff. We got to see the Kryptonian world engine. Although that's where the plot got really confusing too, because it's like I thought all the Kryptonians were dead. Oh, but we escaped before Krypton blew up, and then we're on a ghost ship, and then I don't know. But
Not sure what happened there. Yeah,
It's like Doctor Who at the Time War.
Right?
Oh,
Oh, you all escaped. I want Rassilon back.
and Man of Steel, as I told someone the other day, and I think it made sense at the time, although now it's not making sense to me like right now. I said if Man of Steel was like a Netflix miniseries, then I would say it's good. If it was, hey, here's 3 episodes, and then I could watch it and go, no, it's satisfying. Okay.
See, where if it was a Netflix series, I would have re-entitled it Zod, and then we would have had a better miniseries.
Yeah.
Well, and I know it's weird, and I know a lot of people will disagree with me, and this is just a personal thing. But if you throw in miniseries and you throw in Smallville, then that changes my whole assessment. Of
No,
all that.
we're just
No,
going to
we're gonna
stick
keep it
strictly
moving
with
just for
movies
this
because you
episode.
are absolutely right. Smallville's the jam.
For
I like
me,
Smallville.
Lex Luthor in that is for
Mine's
me.
my favorite Lex
Oh.
ever. Yeah. that's-
Really? I haven't watched
yeah.
it. It's
You've
on
never
my
watched
list.
You need to. He's
It's
the best
it's
Lex
10
ever.
seasons, so it's kind of a big thing to get into. But
It'd be 4 or 5 weeks
worth
is what I'm
it.
hearing, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
it's like Supernatural, where it's sort of like, hey, have you watched Supernatural? All 13 seasons? No.
no,
Smallville's
Worth it.
good.
Not
Rachel,
the
did you
last
ever watch
Absolutely
Smallville?
worth it.
It is
No.
good. It is
is
good.
good.
Okay.
Nope.
No?
I did watch the Dean Cain Superman.
Oh, Lois and
which was-
Clark.
That was kind of.
I liked it.
I also
Which,
watched Lois
side
and Clark.
note, Dean Cain, nicest guy ever.
Yeah?
Extremely
met him.
funny.
Very nice.
I would hope so.
Excellent.
His chin and jawline intimidate me.
They
Well, yeah.
do, right?
He's got a Ken doll you know,
He does.
So
look
let's-
about him.
so
He's
let's
aged
filter-
very well.
So let's filter that back.
Well, I mean,
in.
come on, the actress who plays Wonder Woman, and I am fascinated with her. She
Gal
was
Gadot.
in
Yeah.
the Israeli military, and not as like not like when Bo Jackson joined the Navy, right? It wasn't like that. No offense to Bo Jackson, he served his country, and I honor him. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying she wasn't sheltered or protected. She was just like any other recruit.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Right, they have to.
True, but she spent 2 terms of service, 3 terms of service overall, 2 terms active front line, 3rd term as a personal trainer in the boot camp.
Right? I mean,
Wow.
no offense, but how hot is that?
Bring it. That is the bomb. That is phenomenal. Very, very good stuff.
True.
So, and to bring that back around, Chris Pine and
Yep.
Gal Gadot, there is something for everyone in this particular
Oh,
movie,
yeah.
Unless you're into furniture. And then there were a few pieces in the war rooms there
Yeah.
that were really good. No, there's plenty to be seen for all.
Yeah.
It was
And
a wonderful.
They had really good chemistry, and to be honest, the love scene in there, I liked how it was done because it was very much after they were talking, just they looked.
It
See,
didn't feel too forced,
Yeah,
There was a look and a kiss, and then fade to black.
and that was the end of it.
Lights
yeah.
off.
but I,
Fill in the blank.
But I like the whole thing where she's looking at him, he's looking at her. Their eyes are looking at each other, and just that chemistry where they go, okay, no, let's do it.
Yeah.
But I like how they didn't center stage it.
Yeah.
Oh,
too,
definitely.
At the same
Yeah.
time. That
That
nice.
wasn't
Yeah.
because it wasn't about the. Again, as we learned in the boat, men are not necessary for that. We
Yep.
can move on.
I
It was
admit-
phenomenal.
For
I
procreation,
heard-
but for pleasure, unnecessary.
I heard like opening night. I heard every woman in the audience do that, just that kind of snicker where you know that they're agreeing, but they were like, you're like, but they if they were
Like,
there with the
right?
date, they didn't want it to be like, no, honey, you're different. No, you're great.
Right. It was phenomenal. So everything there for everyone. There was a lot there for. It didn't matter what your particular veins were. Phenomenally done. It was. Who do we want to take off the list next? Punishers.
Punisher's
Are
not
you?
DC.
Are you? I will jump over this table.
Well, hold on. Punisher's not DC. He's
Marvel.
Marvel.
Right.
So it's okay. We're just in DC.
mess with you.
For the viewer or the listeners at home,
He got a little twitchy.
JC actually pulled out a combat knife with the Punisher symbol on it, but now he can't sheath it without drawing blood, so he must run it across his
I'm over
palm.
here like I can hear what you're thinking.
love that song.
Okay.
Well, we could probably definitely set aside the
Every
Ryan Reynolds
and
Green
word.
Lantern. Right.
Oh man, as a lifelong Green Lantern fan, I went to see that opening night, and you know it's really terrible when you go there opening night, and you know it's a midnight showing, so people have to work the day before, but the theater wasn't even sold out. And I walked in there, and it's sort of like this is before you could pick your own seats, and I'm like, we got here early, we got great seats, and then right before it started, I just Chris Dunn tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, look around." And I did, and I'm like, there's
Still got
1,
great
2,
seats.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15. 15 open seats, which, in a 100-person theater, it's not bad, but there are Marvel movies where if you don't get your tickets like the day of, you're not seeing it that night.
Or pre-order them early.
Or a
Yeah.
week before.
Yep.
I was like, you said a day of. I was like, that's way too late to be getting your tickets to a Marvel opening. Are you
Yeah, the
kidding
fact
me?
that I don't have my Spider-Man Homecoming tickets yet
is making you twitchy.
is making me a little twitchy.
I didn't get it for the Thursday showing. I got it for the Friday showing. So
Well, like Rico and I have a tradition, the breakfast and movie thing, where we go in for a matinee on Sunday.
Yep, Sunday morning
Specifically because
breakfast
there's
and a movie.
There's like 2 other people in the theater, if that, all the time. And for Wonder Woman, the theater was actually 80% full.
It was a chore to
On a
still
Sunday
get, on a
morning?
Sunday morning
Uh-huh.
matinee. It was a chore to get tickets, and we shopped three different theaters before we had to settle for someone really close to where we were. Yeah, it was because we like to go to Circle Center Mall because they got the best theater ever.
They do.
Best chairs, but we couldn't even go. They were sold out.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they weren't sold out, but there were no two seats.
And Circle
close
Center is
together.
not the easiest thing to get to as far as parking and tickets and things. I mean, it's not like
they
you park
validate-
and
they
walk
validate parking at
right,
Circle
but they
Center Mall.
validate. But it's not like I can park here and then walk over to the fountain and there's the theater.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
it's not like that. So it's not the easiest thing in the world to get to.
but that makes it nice because I'm not saying it's exclusive, but it's for the people who really just want to go to the theater and they're
Right.
like, no, I'll park my car downtown. I'll walk up 2 flights of stairs.
And then
Okay,
take the
one
elevator
flight.
to the 4th floor and then do the
Yeah, and then I'll walk past that dead, decaying wreck of an arcade. It's so sad.
The one thing I want to point out before we close out and move on about Wonder Woman, the thing that I don't think is getting celebrated enough is that, DC's had this problem, in my opinion, lately, of having really confusing. They're relying on tech, and then they're having really confusing action sequences, poorly choreographed, in my opinion, action sequence. This director fixed it. These action scenes were phenomenally well done.
What was her name?
choreographed.
Patty Patricia.
She was amazing.
Yeah.
The director?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but she was amazing.
I forget her name.
Patty something.
I forget her name. That's a shame. I forget her name because she had the biggest opening weekend
Check
for
the
a
Google.
movie ever.
I feel
That's what
really
I'm
bad
doing.
about that right now. But yeah.
As I was just about
Jenkins?
to speak about the empowerment
I
of
think
women, and I
that's
can't
right.
remember her last name. Jenkins?
I think it's
Was
Jenkins.
that it? Yeah. Patty Jenkins?
Something like that.
She was phenomenal. I mean,
And-
it just
Patty Jenkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that this was only like her second major motion picture credit or something like
Yeah.
that. So,
right.
No,
Yeah.
for
Talk about
directing
doing it right.
Monster.
yeah.
She which was also a smashing success.
Right
Monster was.
Right on. So
Everything she has touched has been gold.
has been gold, and I don't mean to be this way. So let's use this as a slide into discussing the notion or the forwarded sentiment of Wonder Woman about the empowered woman.
I love seeing the little girls in the capes of the theater running around after
Oh,
the
yeah.
movie. That was great.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I saw a meme on Facebook that says
meme?
there are whatever. There are a generation of girls now growing up where Wonder Woman is their first superhero, Ghostbusters are girls, and there was some other thing that was relevant to pop culture. I forget what it was. That really made me feel happy to be a parent now that stepdaughters can grow up and see this stuff that I grew up with from their perspective and characters that they can relate to. Mm-hmm. And Wonder Woman was
phenomenal.
another huge smashing success for that as well, which is probably, again, why it's the best DC movie ever made, because people have friends with daughters or have daughters and be like, look, here's Wonder Woman being a huge box office success and being a strong, powerful woman with no pretense to it whatsoever.
And especially when you compare that to like more recently the very questionable choice of Harley Quinn.
Yep.
Where I like Harley Quinn and I love Margot.
Are you talking about Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad?
Yeah, Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. I love
She's
her.
an attractive woman. Have you seen Wolf on Wall Street?
Yes.
Or Wolf of Wall Street, rather?
She was really good in that.
Margot Robbie.
no, I haven't seen her. in that one.
Fantastic woman.
The problem with that was just that like here we see Wonder Woman very quickly get into a relationship, but you know it can happen, but you never advise, but it was sort of a healthy relationship where he wasn't trying to manipulate her at all versus Suicide Squad where just red flags everywhere.
Oh, the
With the
Harley and
Joker.
Joker
Oh, yeah.
relationship, yeah.
Where just red flags all the time.
Well, if
Well,
you're,
yeah, but I keep trying to point out to people they're villains.
I know.
They're not going
I
to
know.
have a healthy relationship. They're villains.
Yeah.
But
And-
she's
and-
being used as a role model.
And I
Well-
would like to point out to everybody that the relationship between Joker and Harley Quinn is that of the abuser and that of the victim.
I agree.
I mean,
Well, they're
woo-hoo!
villains.
Yeah,
So
but,
there's that.
but yeah, that's. But
I mean, not to downplay violence like that or abuse like that, but I mean, JC's right. They are bad guys.
that's what
You
bad
have
guys
to
do.
go in.
The mental health is not.
No,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but-
have to go in expecting
Healthy
that's what it's going to be from Jump Street.
Yeah,
Well,
but
and-
And the doctor, Harley Quinzel, was a perfectly well-adjusted woman until she met the Joker in Arkham.
But I would say counter that like Gomez and Morticia, where Gomez is the Antichrist, and yet their relationship is loving and sweet.
and magnificent. We all want a relationship like Morticia
Everybody
and
wants a
Gomez.
Morticia.
Yeah, well,
and
and
Gomez
plus, I mean,
relationship.
I'm not defending the dynamic. What I'm saying is there are a lot of people in our society who are into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're celebrating it. And you got to go back to the whole, maybe I'm too libertarian, but even if it's unhealthy, if it's two consenting adults.
Sure, that's great.
Yeah.
Love is love.
I mean,
Love is love. But
Don't
on,
do that.
but on. No, I'm sorry. No, he's like no. But that. So I was waiting the entire movie for the guy to come in and fix it, make it better, do the thing.
You waited forever,
rescue,
didn't you?
Save. Never happened.
you know,
I have a 9-year-old
That's like
daughter.
waiting for the post-credit scene that there
wasn't
one.
one.
There wasn't one. So
we
if
were-
you're waiting for either of those things, you walked out disappointed.
Well, and thank goodness, because I walked in and the credits were rolling from the last showing, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm going to be all sorts of, I'm going to have to la 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 la," and then it went blue screen end, and I went, "Oh,
Well, I'll
that's
tell you what it
different.
was about Wonder Woman that set it apart on the love story, because it was only partial anyway. It's for the first time, I will say this, for the first time I felt we had a female action heroine who had a love story introduced where the love story was completely secondary to her goals, and that was never in question.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the
never
thing.
in question.
She
not for a
never
second.
she never looked at him and goes, "That's a compelling point, Steve. I would just give up trying to fight Ares."
Right?
Yeah.
You know, or like, I don't want you to be hurt. Well, if it kills Ares, I don't care if he stomps on your neck. You know, like, I mean, that's kind of the undertone of it, you know?
Yeah, and it was that whole like, but Steve, I don't. You're going to go. And she was like, wait, the recipe here for killing Ares says I have to stuff you into a blender, Steve. So I'm going to start with what, the smallest part first, hands or feet? Is that
do
what
you
we're
want to go
thinking?
feet first or head first? What do you,
How do you
what
want to do
want?
this? And there was like no question at all, and it was phenomenal.
Certain death, head first.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying, that's how
Get
you
it
do
done
it.
with. Yeah, you
Rachel,
don't want to.
did you have a favorite part of Wonder Woman? Did you like any specific part of that movie more than any other?
I really liked the. I think when they're in the town square, and the sharpshooter like chokes and she takes over,
And then
And
the
we-
guys go shield and they pick up.
And then she goes, and then it's ramping up, and then you get the Wonder Woman music as she flies through the window into the
was
room, and you get that
friggin'
dun,
awesome.
And wrecks the top of that steeple.
Yeah.
Just
So-
caves it in.
Yeah.
He got that from the beginning of the movie, where it showed he was paying attention on the battlefield,
Yeah.
where the Amazons were using their shields.
Yeah.
So that's
Exactly.
when that just showed how he was like a tactician in his own right.
Well, and that was part of the. I loved it. It was the notion of this guy's a spy. He's top notch. He's incredibly physically
Peak.
peak. I mean, that's the way to say. He's
Human peak.
He's intellectually peak. He's obviously observant, a master of tactics, social flair. He can. We've seen him do it all, and he was like, no. There she goes. I have to. He was following her, and not after you. No. It was well, I think we should just. And you've already talked to me. There she goes. All right. Oh my gosh, we're winning, and that was a great thing. Oh, we should do more of that, and then we do. And it was amazing.
Yeah,
It was
there was
phenomenal.
a certain turning point when he decided to stop taking lead on the op. It was before the Dead Man's Land scene, or the
Yes.
No Man's Land scene, when he just gave up taking point. Well, I guess when they went to the castle for the German thing, but he followed her plans because she knew what she was doing.
That's what I love so much about it. So it dealt with the gender issue of Wonder Woman's in the lead, okay? But it didn't do it in such a way that it created an alienation or a lecturing feel. It allowed me to participate and get behind her.
Yeah.
Like, because Star Wars kind of did that. It took on the issue, but I felt it was too aggressive, too lectury, and too repetitive, to the point where I was like, I'm trying to bond with Rey, and I can't really get into the story because you keep doing this without letting the arc just progress. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've established it. Let's go ahead and go.
Right.
You know?
We know that Rey's the hero. Let's move
Yeah.
on with that. Let's let Rey be the hero.
Now, let me
please.
cheer for her.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing. Wonder Woman did it perfect.
Phenomenally.
I mean, she's my cover image now. I love her.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
randomly, someone told me what Ray's staff was. Although they think that's what Ray's staff was. It's the blast rod from an X-wing fighter.
I'll have to go back and look at that.
Yeah, that's what they said it was. I don't know if it's true, but they said no. The same place she got that helmet from, it looks like that's where she got her staff from. Was one of the little
the
for the
down
blaster.
One of the blast
X-wing.
foils
Him
on
saying
the
that
tip of
and
the
us
wings.
making Skeksis noises should be the bumper for this episode.
Trap a stone.
So yeah, okay. So we know that Wonder Woman is already better than Superman. I have said that it's already better than the Dark Knight trilogy Batman universe.
But that
Really, though?
Yep.
I can't back you on that.
You don't have to.
We
I love
just
Dark
got that
Knight.
it's better than Green Lantern. We got that out of the way. I'm glad we discussed that.
That was
by the
really more
way.
of a, and let's discuss also things it's better than Steel, Green Lantern, the Catwoman movie.
Right, which
Oh, I forgot about the Halle Berry
the Halle
Catwoman
Berry.
movie. I think
Yeah.
So has
everybody
everyone
did
else.
Too, yeah.
Right?
Poor
Yeah.
Halle Berry.
Poor Halle Berry. She
I
Bond
think-
girl curse.
Yeah.
She became a Bond girl, and it's all been downhill from there.
Yeah.
I think it was infinitely better than Suicide Squad. Also,
Suicide Squad was very enjoyable for me, but I will say that
I
it
really
was
like
good.
Suicide
It was
Squad.
good, but Wonder Woman was better.
But I'm pro villain.
Yeah, but top 5, not top
I love
1.
those villains too, and also I think Deadshot was done amazingly well, and
Very
I
well.
really hope that Will Smith gets a Deadshot movie. because I would watch that.
I would watch that too, and I'd like to see him go after Batman.
Oh yeah, yeah, I would.
Wait,
sorry.
can it be Batfleck Batman?
Yes,
Because I would watch the hell out of that.
He wants out though.
he does. But
Yeah.
he'll be forced to go back in.
He says he's only going to do the Justice League, the 2 Justice League movies, and then he's only going to do 1 Batman movie.
Well,
Oh,
right
Bat-
now,
He's no fun.
Batfleck?
yeah.
Oh, well, that's all right.
Until Aquaman comes out, Wonder Woman is my number 1 DC movie right now.
And on the Ben Affleck thing, by the way, I lived through Christopher Eccleston as a Doctor Who fan, and the tears.
Yeah.
So I can handle Ben Affleck only doing 3 movies.
I will definitely put it in my top
Eccleston
3.
was fantastic. Shut up.
He was. I was
so was
in
I.
tears.
And so was I.
Nice.
And 10's ending too of just like, I don't want to go.
Exactly. So, okay. You're really going to bring it down to the Joker, Heath Ledger, aren't you? And you're a pro villain.
Well, not just that, because I also like some of the Batman arcs in those series, especially the one where you go back and find out how he was trained.
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, and I'm a huge fan of the
Begins.
Bane. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Bane arc too. I really liked how they did that.
I loved all the stuff behind the scenes when they were designing Bane.
Yeah.
I love how his coat is a mixture of communist revolutionaries from 1910 and also French, I forget what they were called, the French rebels in the 1780s. I liked aspects where he trained in not just martial arts, but in saboteur. He knew how to bring down a society because that's what Talia had trained him to do.
And that was better than a daughter of the god Zeus.
Well,
No,
okay.
I'm just talking about what I
Okay,
liked
so
about
Wonder
it.
Woman is still the best then, yeah? Okay.
We're going to be doing this all day.
Yeah.
Yes, we will.
You can't
JC
settle
brought it
this.
up. This is JC's fault.
I didn't actually.
I did-
You
I-
brought it up.
Did I bring it up?
Wait, no, Scott brought it up.
I
Scott brought it
instigate. I do. I'm an
Oh,
enabler.
other movies that Wonder Woman is definitely better than Batman Forever, even though I like it. Batman
Was that the
and
one with
Robin.
Bat
Mr.
nipples.
Freeze?
Batman and Robin is Mr. Freeze. Batman,
and
Forever
Robin
is the
Mr.
Riddler.
Freeze. Oh,
Riddler.
okay. Oh, Jim Carrey.
That's where Derek and I get the line of, well, don't kill him. Then he won't learn
Then he
nothing.
won't learn. Who else was in that? Who played Two-Face?
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy
Yeah,
Lee
Tommy Lee
Jones.
Jones.
I mean, and I'm kind of a John. To this day, when I hear that little seal song start to kick on you, ba-da-da-da, I'm like, I wish a rich person would just rise up and save us.
Wow.
Are you talking
now-
about Kiss by a Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah, seal. Yeah.
Stuck in my head now.
Is it Kiss by a Rose or Kiss from a Rose?
I don't know.
I think it's that.
Either or.
It's one or the other, absolutely.
Elon Musk, where are you?
So, Rico will tell you if you let this part of the table go, we'll just
They'll sing
this
forever.
will be a
You have
musical.
to stop it. You have to stop
You have
it
to
before
make
it
them
begins.
end.
Okay, so then would we all agree that Wonder Woman is probably one of the top 5 best DC
Instantly.
movies?
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Okay, top 3,
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy, yeah.
Hands down.
top 2.
Yep.
Yeah, she's in the top 2. It's just debatable between which one I like more. I'm just going to be the one to start it because we're getting there. I love Wonder Woman, but I think Dark Knight was number 1 for me.
See, for me, it's
Hey, Rachel?
it's hard to do. Definitely top 3. I don't know about top 2, just because you've got the Dark Knight, Wonder Woman, and the Lego Batman movie.
I keep forgetting about Lego
Yeah,
Batman.
Lego Batman movie.
It was
Lego
so
Batman was
good.
It makes me want to write her a letter.
I
I'm
love-
sorry, you've been usurped by the Legos.
Whenever Lego started letting their property be used for movies, that's when we got really, really good Lego movies.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, all
But on
right.
the bright side, everything is awesome.
I would like to
Everything is good when you're
postulate
part
a
of a team.
question.
Yes.
Or propose a question, a query. Do you think there's any weight in how good Wonder Woman was, whatever?
It's okay to say is.
Yeah, is present tense. Because you were talking about the scripting and everything. Because of the formula is so similar to a Marvel movie. Because it's practically Captain America,
It
the
is.
first Avenger.
It is Captain America.
She brought it up. She brought it up.
It is okay. It is. I'm agreeing with her. We're with the exception.
She is Steve Rogers, and then Steve is Peggy Carter.
Okay, Doctor Strange is Tony Stark with magic.
That is true.
Yeah.
Verbatim.
Because the Marvel movies are they're so good, but they do stick to they're a bit formulaic, and then Wonder Woman comes along and it's very similar in formula, and everyone's like, oh my god, this is the best movie ever. Why hasn't DC done this all the time? Well, DC apparently decided they need to be like Marvel.
Damn it, Rachel. You've ruined it for me. But no, you're absolutely right. I think that's why, because it follows a formula that we've all become accustomed to for superhero movies that we have seen from these other huge companies, and they finally jumped on that bandwagon. I didn't put it together until it smacked me in the face. But you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Power Rangers, which came out this year, was very similar to a Marvel movie as well. 5 characters. It showed their misfit sides. They had quips. They were very spot on with their jokes. They still had action.
There was a cameo.
There were cameos.
See, and I'm almost
that cameo was a little
now.
more forced because that cameo was literally, oh, there you are. Hey, Tommy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nice.
But
That was the second of 2 cameos that they filmed, and that's the one they decided to use. The other one, they had actually had a cameo in the donut shop.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. So what would you think of DC finally decided to make a Marvel movie, and that's why it's so good?
I think the answer to that actually lies with the director-producer conversations, and I think they were brilliant. If that's what happened and that's why it worked, then they were smart.
And you know what? I don't think it's a bad thing. And I would be the first one to, if I could talk to the DC producers, I would be the first one to go, hey, you know what? No one's mad.
Right. No one.
Oh, no.
No one's
I'm
mad.
not complaining at all.
Can I bring up another reason why it's so good? Because they're introducing their other big heroes that aren't Batman and Superman. I think we are saturated with Batman and Superman movies, despite Green Lantern's failure.
I
that was not Green Lantern's failure. That was the writer's failure.
Okay, whatever. But yes, we're getting Aquaman. We're going to get the Flash. We're getting Wonder Woman. We're getting the Justice League, and it's not just Batman and Superman. So they're finally introducing their other heroes, and people have interest in those other heroes.
Okay, and people say things about left, right, or center. They talk about Aquaman. I just want to throw this out there for a second, okay? What's Aquaman's job? Stop crime in the sea, okay? What do you not hear about?
He is
crime in the sea. Thank you. You don't hear about that.
He's
because Aquaman's
king of
doing
the
his
ocean.
job.
Yep.
He's coming to work. He's
also,
putting in the effort.
Aquaman needs to not catch as much flack as he does, because he will whoop Superman's ass on land as much as he would anybody underwater.
Yep.
Aquaman is
Especially this Aquaman, because Jason Momoa is just a
Aquaman is supernaturally strong.
You mentioned that earlier. Jason Momoa is my man crush, so we're going to go watch Aquaman and
I love the meme.
probably get thrown out of a theater.
I love the meme that's a picture of Jason Momoa, and it looks like to his bodyguards. And the caption is, does Jason Momoa's bodyguards look like the mini-bosses you have to fight before you can fight him? Because he's towering over them.
Yeah, I think they were probably just like on-set security or something. They had to be there with him. Not that Jason Momoa, he doesn't look like he needs the help, but they're just doing their job. But yeah, that was a great meme. I loved it.
Yeah.
I also just like the fact that apparently a reporter asked him, so you're Aquaman, how are your swimming skills? And he just smirked at the camera and goes, I'm Hawaiian, bro.
Seriously? Really?
He also likes to chug a stein of beer and throw axes at a wooden target. I
saw that.
Yes.
All kinds of good stuff. But to answer your to answer your question, Rachel, why would DC start writing movies in the Marvel style? My answer to that would be, because you want to win, right? And if you want to win, you do what the winners are doing.
It's all about the money.
Here we go. Well, I'm not against that at all, because it's a compelling story. It's a good way to write. It's a superhero. Formulaic is formulaic. You're right. It's Captain America. However, I liked that better than Captain America.
I did too.
We saw it on a Sunday. Monday morning, my 9-year-old daughter had a lasso of truth.
That's a true story. There's been multiple postings about it on the Facebook.
Yeah, that's like she roped the dog. She roped her brother. She roped the dog again.
She roped Mrs. Troiano.
Did the dog confess to everything?
The dog confessed to everything.
What's the dog going to say?
She roped her mother, and suddenly
It was
truth
me, I
came
pooped
forth.
on the
dog's
bed.
like, I am not the good boy. Oh, I'm not a good boy. I bark at things that I don't. I saved you
I
from
chewed
the
on your
madman's
shoes.
I
murder.
listened to Glenn Beck on Sundays.
Whoa.
Bad dog.
So now who's excited about the Justice League after seeing Wonder Woman?
Oh, I actually am, even though my one complaint is all the CGI we've seen in the trailer.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited. I mean, I've watched all the trailers. I've watched all the leaked stuff for it. I'm going to give it a chance because I try to give every movie a chance. Not that sometimes that doesn't, like with Green Lantern, crash and burn.
I'm sorry for you.
DC, I've been hurt before. Just saying.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I had to watch all 3 Punisher movies. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
All
They
3?
suck.
Oh, that's right. Lundgren. No, I like the
there's-
second one, Tom Jane.
Oh, so please
Okay, the
don't
thing
go
about the Tom
there.
Jane one is that it's also not a Punisher movie at the same time.
Thank you.
It's also
And we're done here. And we're done here.
here.
All right, that was a storm off, ladies and gentlemen.
He's going
That's what
off
that
to
sounds
he's
like.
going off to cry and
He's going to go get his duffel bag is what he's doing.
he's gonna go tweet
There's
John
going to be an
Bernthal.
explosion of cars, and they're going to be in the
John,
shape of a
run.
skull, and it's the end of the world.
Run, John, run!
That is actually how I want to die.
And there it is.
No, the second movie I liked, but it was also not a Punisher movie. So,
yeah.
well, he doesn't.
Well, hey, but then I got the Netflix series, so I'm fine now.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on. Hurry
Right.
up with that
Right.
already, please.
JC and I actually we had this discussion before where I don't like the Punisher, and we've actually talked about why he loves Punisher, why I don't like Punisher. But after we both watched Daredevil season 2, even I'm like,
Kind of like the
it's
Punisher, huh?
Not so much like him, but it's just sort of like where Murdoch's looking. I'm like, you kill people, and that's wrong. You just drop that guy head first down a 10 flights of stairs. He's dead. No, I don't kill people. You just broke that man's neck and kicked him while he was down. I'm pretty sure he's dead. I don't kill people. You threw 3 guys off a rooftop. You're escalating in your violence here.
Yeah, you see that, don't you?
And
Well,
I'm
it's
still a
only
good guy.
pattern.
It's like, well, you're just like the Punisher, though. And
Castle reframes it as a commitment question. I put them down, they stay down. I finish what I start. I get the job done. You're a lazy asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there it is.
and just also just like the argument that he made in the series too was just very compelling. Where it was sort of where he's like, no, he'll make mistakes, but he owns it, but he makes sure that none of those criminals get out on bail.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whereas Daredevil was, I'm the guy representing them. I'll give them a fair case. Some of them will get out on bail.
And anybody that will treat a puppy that good can't be
Yeah.
a bad guy. I mean, come on now. I'm just saying. He treated that dog well.
All right, so Wonder Woman is definitely in the top 3.
Yeah,
I would say top. Okay. Where
I'd
does-
also like to point out the thing that nobody's bringing up is Frank Castle's the only one who has actually hurt Kingpin thus far.
Yeah.
which I like. I'm good with
Now,
that.
one thing which we have to consider is does Watchmen count for DC movies?
Oh man!
Because it made by DC Studios, not originally in the DC universe, but in current comic books, now it's in the DC universe. So,
Rachel, do you want to go talk to your fans?
We're making sure they're not horking your stuff.
Oh, no.
It's all good. I don't know. Do we count that or not? I don't know. That's a very good question. You're still up, but I want to ask. But
I feel like horking is a beautiful word. It should be a superpower.
she's over here.
And it should be like Street Fighter-esque. It should be like horking.
Horrican. So, question: if you don't think it's top 2, if you don't think Wonder Woman's top 2, what's going to knock it out? Dark Knight.
Oh, for me, yeah, it's Dark Knight Begins. Yeah, I can't. There's stuff where I can't.
Dark Knight Begins, Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight Won't End. That's the trilogy, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. Rico, top 2 or top 1?
It's my favorite.
Rico looks like he's thinking.
I think
about
I've established
Afghanistan.
that.
I'm going with top
Now
1.
I'm trying to decide where I need to put Watchmen on that list.
Very nice. All right, top 2 or top 1?
top
Wonder
2,
Woman?
but it is so close.
So what's the number 1?
Dark Knight?
Dark Knight. All right. Rachel, top 2. She can't even make a top 3. All right, what are the
Yeah.
2 that are before Wonder Woman?
I almost want to put Wonder Woman first because it's so similar to a Marvel movie. So it's like it's comforting, it's familiar. It's like
you love it.
that, and I think it has between that and The Dark Knight. I think if as far as rewatchability, I think I would enjoy rewatching Wonder Woman more than The Dark
I
Knight.
hadn't even thought about rewatchability.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
And then there's a Lego Batman movie.
Lego Batman.
Lego
Batman.
Batman is up there. That is in there. That is a valid argument.
And it's so much about Wonder Woman. It's just people think it's about hope, but it's really not. To me, it's about perseverance, and there's a difference. Because what I'm saying is right now, the world is kind of doing this thing where it's getting worse. I mean, that's why they've been talking about why The Walking Dead is kind of teetering out. It's because people are like, things keep sucking, and I just don't want to watch things that suck.
That happened to me.
and a lot of it is
Ditto. Me too.
Wonder Woman is about, I don't care if I win or lose. This is who I am.
And I need to do the right thing.
No,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That is very good.
It's not about what's right or wrong. It's about what you believe in.
Right.
And it's not whether you win or lose, because that's not like, you may go off to fight that fight with the understanding that you're not coming back, but you're still going to go off to fight that fight because it's the right thing to do. I love it. It's absolutely wonderful. It's a great movie. I'm very glad that you, the listeners, could stick with us for this amount of time.
Yeah, thanks for
And
listening to us debate
Wonder
stupid
Woman.
superhero movies, guys. We
No,
appreciate
amazing
it.
superhero
Amazing
movies.
superheroes.
This was kind of in our
Except for
wheelhouse, though.
Oh.
This was like this was something that was close to all of us
It
here,
was right
Gaming and
there.
Scott.
Well,
because
okay, one great DC movie and then a bunch of stupid movies that we just talked about.
Well, no, a bunch of great DC
There was a
movies
bunch
and
of
then
great-
Green Lantern.
yeah, and then Green Lantern.
And then Green Lantern.
For the record, I'm like one of the world's biggest Green Lantern fans. So
He is. So I really am sad about the Green Lantern thing because I like Green Lantern too.
Yeah.
In the Darkest Night. What?
Rachel, thanks for
Green Lantern's
letting
light.
me rope you in for this.
Yeah, thanks for
thank
showing
you.
up.
We enjoy
Thank you
having
for,
you.
give us a plug. Where can everybody find you? Where can everybody listen to you? I didn't do that last time. I should
No,
have.
no, that's okay. You can really just find everything on our website. It's the5ishfangirls.com. So
Woohoo! Go
Okay.
to the5ishfangirls.com and go out there and get all of your Rachel and 5ish fangirls gear.
Is it the
listening.
5ishfangirls.com or just
I think
5ishfangirls.com?
it's the5ishfangirls.com.
You need a preposition like that. Nice.
Yeah.
And that does
I don't know.
not.
What does the sign say?
The Five-ish Fangirls.
It does say the
podcast.
Favish.
Oh, that's-
It does
I
say
had that
the
made
5ish.
before we bought our
Before you bought the
before
domain.
our
Okay.
domain. So
The 5ish fangirls does not include the parentheses.
well, no, on URLs there's no.
I typed it in that
punctuation.
way, and then it broke, and then I got frustrated, and I'm like, what? And then I had to Google it, and then I went, I'm dumb. And that's how that worked. That was the natural progression. So
Internet 101. Do
For-
not use punctuation.
for our listeners who would use the parentheses, because it's written right there, it says the 5ish fangirls. Ish is in parentheses. Of course you type that out. It's part of the name. I did
Or
that.
plug it into Facebook.
'Cause
That
I
works
was-
too,
Yeah.
so.
Facebook's a good place to find you.
Yeah.
And I do, to our
We
listeners,
post a lot more on Facebook.
Yeah.
I do want to say out there, all you listeners, I love you. I love you all. I love you almost as much as I love Wonder Woman.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us for
But he
3
doesn't
years. We
love you as
appreciate
much
it.
as he loves Punisher, and I think that's saying something.
Now, can I do something just to tweak Rico as we're getting ready to leave here?
What's that?
Well, that's between you and Rico.
Okay. Whittingham.
Stop it.
Thank you. He's out. Oh, Rico's out. Oh, there's a storm off. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening to us. As always, you'll hear from us real soon.
Bye. Bye.